Right, shall we talk about Romelu Lukaku, who played last night, scored last night as well as they beat Leeds 3-0. Before I ask you about whether or not you think he should play at the weekend in the Cup final, what have you made of his transfer to Chelsea? Because loads expected, supposedly the missing piece of the jigsaw. Not quite happened for him. Why is that, Dean?
Oh, it's let me down, hasn't he? Because I said the same thing. I thought all the chances Timo Werner was getting, I was thinking, imagine Lukaku on the end of them. He's just scored, I think he scored 35 and 36 in Milan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, imagine him on the end of all them chances. And his movement in the box, which is his strength. You see his movement last night, that was back to his best. When he just pulls behind defenders, then gets in front of them.
Bullies them.
Yeah, strong. If you get level with him in the box, he puts his arm across your throat and just holds you off. But last night, he finds the ball. There's a lot of strikers who are big. The ball has to hit them on the head for it to go in. He actually finds the ball. He gets on the end of the cross. And I thought he played really well last night. And I was surprised, really, because I actually thought he's been hiding a little bit, in a bit of a confidence crisis, which we've all done. I was a striker, and you stop showing for the ball. You stop coming short in case it bounces off you.
Do you do that subconsciously?
Yeah, subconsciously you think, I've miscontrolled it. You lack all self-belief goes out the window. The ball's like a live anaconda coming at you. Can't control it. You're drifting into a nightmare, and then you score a goal and you feel like a different person. But he's obviously said things he shouldn't have said. He scored, I don't know how many he scored this season. I think he scored about 14 goals in about 30 games, something like that. Maybe more. I think he's done all right, but it's just not been a good move for him. And I thought he'd given up until I watched him play last night. And last night he looked like he had a new lease of life.
He did. He was running as well. We were sprinting. He was asking for the balls. You said he was stretching defenders. I did think his first touch isn't great. And even though he scored last night, when the ball came to him, his first touch, it just pinged off his foot. And thankfully for him, he collected it. But the determination he showed to eventually score that goal, he was never going to pass. He knew how important that goal was for him. I just wonder now, with Chelsea fans, that was the last night was a performance they've been looking for from Romelu Lukaku for a long, long time. Do you think Chelsea fans will want him to start in the cup final for a number of reasons? One is what we've been saying about stretching defenders and running, sprinting and getting the ball. But two, I just think that if Chelsea are going to beat Liverpool, they need someone to be able to bully Virgil van Dijk out the way, or at least try to. I think Virgil van Dijk, is without a doubt. Let me just think about this. Without a doubt, the best centre half in the world. Okay,
correct.
He's one of the best players in the world at the moment, and I just don't think that if Chelsea are going to win the game, they have to sort of not bully him out the way. He's too big. He's too clever for that. But just give him a difficult game. I think that's so important for Chelsea.
Well, I look at Thomas Tuchel and I think, what is it he doesn't like about Lukaku? What is it that is going through his head that he's not very good at? I think, number one, when Liverpool press and Man City press, the centre forward is the first man that sprints. He closes a defender down that makes a defender rush, and somebody in midfield wins the ball, not you. I don't think he does that well enough, early enough, so he doesn't anticipate and sprint to the goalkeeper and then sprint to the other centre-half. He makes the centre-half rush a pass, the right-back gets it with bobbling at him, and the left winger nicks the ball off him. So he doesn't do that. I don't think he's the best with his back to goal when he comes short. And does he make enough runs, which pulls defenders from the middle of the pitch out on the channels so somebody else gets on the end of the cross? Probably that's what Thomas Tuchel's thinking. Mm-hmm. But the other way round, what he's really good at is you put the ball over the top, through the middle of the centre-half, so down the sides of the centre-halves, early, and you cross the ball early, he will score. He's proved it everywhere he's been. You have to get the ball to him early and get him confident, and he'll get goals for you.
Do you think he should start in the cup final on the weekend, live on talkSPORT, of course, by the way?
Yes, because his goal record tells you every 2 or 3 games he scores.
Okay. Do you think Chelsea fans will want him to start?
Probably not.
Why?
Well, they've watched him all season and they'll have their thoughts on him. I've watched him from a distance. But I think he knows the manager doesn't like him. That don't help. I played for the manager. If the manager liked me, I get through the bad times.
One last question, then we'll take calls on it. If you are going to use him at the weekend, is it best to use him from the start or bring him on with maybe 30 minutes to go?
£90 million striker that you've brought in, to me, I'd play him.